Asinibingelele sinemukele babukeli ehlelweni hlelo Young Climber. Ambukeli namhlanje na siphinze satihlupa sayofuna mhlawumbe ukuthi ngabe umuntu lomusha singamkhutsata njani, singamkhutsata ngabani. Sabona ukuthi bosisi esikhathini esiningi babe netizathu letiningi, babe netinqabekelwane sathi hayi man kude sisi lesingake simthole hleze lo wenda umsebenzi naye lohluphekako lokuphishanekile le mhlambe singamsebenzisa ukuthi asekakhutsade naba labanye. Sambile ke lapha sathola intombi leyakhulela lapha emhlambanyathi Zinzi wakathwala akendi lokuningi wena naku lokujwayelekile lokurana labo salon phela seva ukuthi ngabe yena ufika njani lapha ngoba siyeva ukuthi ngathi likhona neliphepha lapha ukuthi kanti bani bemaphepha barane emasaluni ngani ngoba labaningi batitshela ukuthi mina ngweliphepha mina ngifuna kuhlala ka corporate asekohlale nathi ke mbukelisa sike sikhulumisane nanangu Zinzi wakathwala.
Hi Young Climbers, my name is Zinzi and I am 30 years old. Ngikhulela Eswatini, more specifically I grew up in Mhlambanyati. I went to school at Bahai High School, and then I went across the borders to do my varsity at University of Johannesburg and Rhodes University in the Eastern Cape. I am a corporate lady who turned into business. So I started a business a few years ago. I started a business 1 year ago. But yeah, that's who I am. So what attracted me into the industry of trade that I'm in now is money. I think that's what drives everybody, but no one is actually really brave enough to say that I want money, which I think is something that we need to change. If you want money, you want money, and how you get the money then can lie in your passion, right? For me specifically, being in the hair and beauty industry, it's not something I'm actually passionate about, but I know that I'm good at, right? So for me, making money through this is something, it's an industry that's growing and it's forever has a need. So yeah, this is what attracted me to the industry. It's an evolving industry and it has money. Okay, so what is a sustained mind motivation in doing the business that I'm doing is people. I love people. I love interacting with people. And I think because we are a service-driven type of business, that's exactly what we do. We engage people all the time. Even with our marketing entails interacting with people. So that keeps me motivated because I love people. I love, hearing from them. I love the feedback. I love giving products and service to them and just, that interaction. So that has kept me motivated in the business that I do. And I actually think even in the future, how our business will evolve is from that interaction with people. Okay, my pillar of strength when it comes to the business that I do is twofold, right? I have obviously the business and then I have the personal type of support that I need. And I think in my business, definitely my staff is my support. We have an interaction that I think, because I don't know everything and you can't know everything. And I think when you run leadership and you think you know everything, that's where your downfall is. So if you can leverage from the people that you work with, you invest in them and they also invest in you in terms of knowledge, I think that's how I've kept that support system strong. And then my personal life, of course, I've got family and my friends. I have been very gifted with amazing friends. And I know, some people in leadership would be like, it's taboo to have friends. And I have a very close-knit circle of friends, very intellectual people, very resourceful people. And I think that's very nice to have. So for me, I'd say my support is people that I can leverage from and that I can absolutely give back to as well. How do I define success professionally? I think I can define it from feedback. You can come up and come down and say, you're successful if you have money, you're successful if you have the traffic of people, but actually you can have money and have people come in and out of your business, but the feedback of their experience could be completely different to what you think you are making, right? So for me, success comes from the feedback I get from people of our experience, how good it is, how bad it is. Even that is good success because it means if people can communicate those things, it can only make you better. So for me, how I gauge success is definitely from the feedback. How do people experience us as a business? How do people experience us as a service? And I mean, success is different from one person to the other. And for me, it's definitely hearing from those people that we say we are serving. Okay, so having been here for a year, what has been our biggest stumbling block? I think doing the work in terms of investing in myself. I think a lot of us, when we start business, we're so concerned about the staff, the stock, the place, and all those things that you don't realize that you also have to grow in terms of running the business. And I think it took me quite a few mistakes in running the business to realize that I also have to invest in myself. I have to know the financial aspect of the business. I have to know how to treat people, how to talk to people, how to market. Those are the things that you have to do to invest in yourself. So we so focus sometimes on the outside that you don't understand that the actual business is not the people walking in. It's how you run your business behind the scenes. So for me, that was a stumbling block because I thought it just comes naturally, right? But I had to do the work. I had to find out how to do the accounting, how to do the books, how to get registered with tax. All of those things are the mundane, not so glamorous things that people think don't come with running a business. So that was a bit of a stumbling block, but I think I've found my feet now. Okay, so a scenario where we was pressed for time. So I think with situations like we don't have a lot of those situations, but in situations like that, I think I even communicate this with my staff is always communicate, because we are a team. If you are a team, there are people you can leverage from to try and help you. Don't be a one-man show. And if you communicate in time, we can, try and deter ourselves from making those mistakes. If we communicate in time, we can then all pull our resources to make, the time quicker in terms of the turnaround time for the deadline. So for me, communication is exceptionally key in terms of how we manage deadlines or how we manage our service. And if one person can't do something, another person can, which can cut the time down in half, right? So for me, definitely communication is one of our biggest strengths when it comes to our business. One of the biggest things that we do that helps us deliver the service that we do is definitely our meetings. We try have them as and when the need is. So recurring, meetings of just trying to understand what we're doing right or wrong in the business and where are the pain points. If we repeatedly do that, I think that has been one step that has made us achieve the service delivery that we do. Us just coming together and putting our brains together in terms of how we can do things better or what we are actually doing wrong so we can fix it. I think that's one thing that has made our service exceptional. An environment that makes me productive is definitely a free-flowing one. If I feel very rigid and not comfortable, I'm not productive. I need a very free-flowing environment where the spirits are high, so because I'm a creative, and I think that's another part of the business that I do, because I'm a creative, I need an environment that is flexible, that is very open-minded, because that's what creativity is about. So even in our space, I think that has been key in terms of making our workspace very light-hearted, very, it also allows for us to be able to speak about the things that we are not comfortable about because the environment is conducive to do so. I would like to say, our industry is very self-care. It's a very self-care type of business. We offer people a place to feel and look beautiful. We offer people a place of solace. So our service is more in terms of self-care, in terms of there's a lot going on outside, very deep politics, everything is very hectic. But in our space, we're just here to try create a light-hearted environment where people can feel beautiful. So we may not be changing the world completely, but we do offer a place where people can, come and just relax. I think one of our best seasons, and I think this runs true for a lot of businesses, is definitely the festive season. The traffic is high, the spirits are high. Even the customers, when they come in, you can just tell they've got the festivity to them, right? So I think that's one of our best seasons when also it's a perfect opportunity to actually make extra money, right? So a very good season for us is the festive season. Even with the kids, I think one of our favorite customers are the kids, and in December they come and want to do the most, craziest hairstyles with color because it's the holidays. So definitely our jolliest and our best time of the year is definitely the festive season. As a team, I think it was celebrating our 1 year mark. Very pivotal, very pivotal landmark for us in terms of we've survived business. Not a lot of people can say they've survived business for a year. And with the traffic and accolades that we have accumulated over the year, I think we definitely could pat ourselves on the back. It is humbling, very humbling that people support us. There are lots of other business spots. There are lots of other beauty spots and salons. But the fact that people come through to Authentic Hair Salon in Baba and they call this place home is very humbling to us. So I think that has been one of our biggest, celebrations thus far in terms of just connecting that, full circle, 1 year around the sun type of thing. Yeah.
Mbukeli sewumvile ke make Authentic Beauty lapha ke nawe uyabona ukuthi kani namaswati lamaswati phaqa angakhona ukuthi iqala letindvo kangwane uyumangala lesikhathi esiningi ukhanzelo kwama beauty parlor kuranwa abantu balamanye mave ukhanze kusuke abantu lemaveni la ngenhla kweAfrica batawusiranele emasaloni la kangwane nalinye liswati liyayigijimisa ekhathe emadolobheni lamakhulu. Ngiyabona mbukeli ukuthi kuningi losafuna kuva kukhona utakukhuluma Zinzi masibuya ekhefini kwanyalo hlala nyathi sathi shelele ekhefini. Asiphinde sikumukele mbukeli ehlelweni ihlelo Young Climber bese seshelele ekhefini nyalo lokho sasibuya sifuna kuphinza sichubeke singene sive ukuthi manje lana bese sekwente kanjani urana njani letindvo leti ubathini bantu mhlambe labacangise wena ungayekela umsebenzi kube njanjanyana incubekela phambili uyithola njani konke lokho utasikhulumisa kiko Zinzi lokho sibuya ekhefini hlaka nathi mbukeli sesichubeke nayo indzaba sakhulumisa naye make Authentic Beauty.
The legacy that I want to leave behind, I definitely want to I definitely would like to leave a legacy of, I want to be known for living a big life. I want to be known for living an audacious life, to be brave and to be okay enough to fail. Because I think the reason why people don't live a big and full life is because they're scared to fail, right? And I think I want to be known for a person who was very courageous in everything that she did. A person who was willing to learn, willing and humble enough to learn. And I think that's what it's about. To live a big and full life, you need to be able to leap so high and not be scared to fall. So I just wanted to be known. I just want to be known for that, to be courageous, to be brave and audacious. If I was to start the business with the experience again today, if I'd go back, you know what? Ngingumuntu believer ukuthi nothing happens by mistake, right? Nothing happens by chance. Even the things that we didn't plan, even the things that we didn't expect. I believe everything that I've learned to this very day, even the bad, in terms of how I source my staff, and how I source my stock and my products and the customers that I did, I don't think I'd change anything. It has taught me so much. It has grown me and stretched me so much. And I think we're very quick to say, I should have done things this way, but you wouldn't have found the lesson in it. And I'm a person who goes and I pick up the nuggets of everything that I've been through, right? And I know your question's asking for something different, but I genuinely would have not changed anything. Even the mistakes that I made, helped me to be the person that I am today. So using the experience that I have today, I don't think I'd change anything. I don't think so. I love when somebody asks me a question and they say like your business year, because definitely it's not mine. I thoroughly believe in my team, and where I see myself in 5 years is hopefully we would have more branches in the country. Hopefully we'll have more branches of Authentic Hair Salon and Barber outside of the borders of the country as well. I think we do really provide a different type of service experience, and it's something that's lacking very much in the market. The product is there, people are braiding, but experience of just openness and giving people the free leverage to being able to communicate what they want to be done on their hair, on their nails, on their face is something that we have really honed in and tried to do. So I think everybody deserves to experience something like that. So in the next 5 years, I definitely see us with more outlets where people can experience the authentic experience across the border. Hopefully we can also do that, especially because emaswati ayagwadi qhina, like ayagwadi to braid really well, and outside the borders of this country that is really lacking. So for us to take that service across the borders would be amazing. Even with our barbers are spectacular. So for them to expand and go across the borders would be absolutely amazing for me. So that's where I see myself in the next 5 years, just taking that authentic service experience to the world. I think we really take for granted how much rest is, like a full night of sleep. A lot of us like leave work and we're still busy, and you find you sleep late and you wake up early and your sleeping pattern is horrible, and we really underestimate how impactful a restful night's sleep is. So I have a night routine with my family. We know this time of the night, this is what we're supposed to be doing. We read before we sleep, and we just make sure that you get a full night's rest, because you're shortchanging yourself if you don't sleep. The next day will be like a day you're still running on zero if you haven't rested. So I definitely make sure that I sleep. I sleep a lot. I think my message out there to young climbers would definitely be, the world is big. The world is very big. And unfortunately, being in the space that we're in this region of the world, it's very easy to forget, that the world is big. It's very easy to forget that we're not just limited to the corridors of our main city, Mbabane and Manzini. There's so many things to explore. And I just want to encourage the youth or the people out there to use all the resources to have to tap into the definition of the world being big. We've got so many things, so much information out there, especially like YouTube. We live in the information and data and Internet of Things age. All of those things, tap into your mind, because I really think a lot of times we forget that things are not just 1 + 1 is 2. When I say the world is big, there's so much to explore, so much places to go, so many things to see. And if you use the resources that you have, don't you waste your time just watching people do things. Be a doer yourself, right? Because we spend our time on Instagram and on TikTok and we watch people, but people are doing things. Those people that you're watching, they're actually doing things. And what are you doing? Ask yourself, what can I contribute to the world being big? So my encouragement is that definitely use everything that you have to try and tap in or make your mark in the world being big. 8 billion people, definitely you're not a mistake. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're watching this and you're already here, you're not a mistake, right? So try and make your impact in the world to be known, and don't be narrow-minded in your thoughts and think things are just like this. Try and expand your mind and explore the world. And that would be my advice.
Awumbukeli siyathemba ukuthi sewutholile nawe kokuthi uyathi esikhathini lesiningi uyathi lomnye sebaningi lababhaka emabhanisi sebaningi labenda lokhu sebaningi labenda lokhu mina sekude lengingakwenda uma ungakhona uma mhlambe kufika nje emcondweni wakho kokuthi yini ngingaqali kuthi awukuqali ngani yini lokungcono ngilokuhlala ekhaya uthi kudi imisebenzi ngani kukhona umuntu lophuma kuye emarket uthengisa amantongomane wenda in indva nawe longakhona kenda lesikufundzako lesikutholako la kuzinzi ukuthi uyati kude kokuthi udawuthi hawu i-industry seyisaturated baningi abasibaningi wakwathi lomnye umfundisi makakhuluma wathi uma kusekhona lo esogweni kokusho ukuthi emasondvo akasimaningi nathi singasho njalo mbukeli kokuthi uma kusekhona lo aphume ahambe ayokwenda ayofuna nayinto nayilonga yenda wena kusho ukuthi abasibaningi labenda lento leyo ngakwebe babaningi ngabe ngiloyo kuvele kwenteke ahlele ekhaya but mabaphuma baye esaluni mabaphuma baye esitolo bayothenga singo mabaphuma baye uma basaphuma kusho ukuthi basebancane bantfu labayendako lento nawe ungakwenda sifuna ukuthi nje mbukeli awungahlala ekhaya awungabese uthi khanza ukuthi kude wena longakwenda ithi young climber kukhona longakwenda sukuma wende something noma ungabona ngathi baningi labakwendako abasibaningi uma wena usengakatali labanye lobafundzisile ukuthi nabo bende lokulokwendako akube khona lokwendako imane ihluleke khona imane yaliwe emarket naba betingwa babhakatingwa baningi mawufika esingweni khona lesibhakwa ngilesitolo khona lesithengwa bakabanibani nalesitolo naso lesithengisa lesingwa sala labanye naso sibhaka saso khomba ukuthi abasibo baningi nawe yenda ayimane yaliwe emarket ingaliwa njengoba wena uhleli lapha ekhaya uthi ngeke uqale uyathi lomnye makakhuluma athi umuntu uthi lolibele uyethi kunelibhubesi ngaphandle litawungidla phuma ngaphandle sibone ukuthi litakudla yini umane ufe ngoba vele bewutama tama mlomusha tama mbukeli young climber isho njalo siyakholwa ukuthi bekuhle kuba kanye nawe ehlelweni akube kuhle kubela inhlelo elandzelako inkosi ikubusise bye bye